My experience is that the harder you work, the luckier you get. And it sounds like you're kind of thinking the same thing. Can you speak to that a little bit more? Because, our audience today is salespeople, whether they are professional sellers for a living or they're people who have a business and have to sell. And can you speak a little bit to that about the skills development, the strategy development, and that hard work thing?
Yeah, so there's hard work, but there's also strategy. There's a famous saying that energy without strategy is a waste of time. If you just work really hard doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, well, that's, craziness. That's insanity. So getting the right coach, getting the right mentor, reading the right books, taking the right courses, going to the right seminars will help you change your way of thinking. Stephen Covey writes in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the last habit is sharpen the saw. What does that mean, sharpen the saw? If you have a saw and you're cutting down a tree, well, you could spend 6 hours cutting the tree down, or you can spend 1 hour cutting the tree down if you take 15 minutes to sharpen the saw. So if you're sharpening the saw every day, yes, you're going to work hard, but the work is going to be not just efficient, but it's going to be effective. It's going to make a difference in your life. And so, yes, working hard is extremely important. There are lots of people that are talented out there, but they're not willing to put in the work, especially, you see basketball players. The difference between the person who makes it and the person who doesn't make it is not talent. It's hard work. If you look at Michael Jordan, he worked his butt off. He missed. For every shot he got, he missed 10,000 shots. And so I know this because watching my mother work hard, she was just missing the strategy. I learned that hard work, you're going to get lucky, but luck is not something that's going to make you a fortune. Luck will make you a living. The right strategy will make you a fortune. Of course, you need to make a living. You need to live. You need to survive. But I'm not into surviving anymore. I already survived. Now I'm into thriving. Now I'm into being alive. Now I'm into taking my life to the next level, which means working really, really hard, but doing it in a way where I feel progress. And you might ask me, Joe, why is progress so important? Because let me tell you something. Lots of people are depressed. 80% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. And when you're working at something every day, day in and day out, and really putting your best in, and you don't see progress, you miss happiness, you miss joy, you miss freedom, you miss energy. You get energy and happiness from progress in life. It's a spiritual thing. We're either moving up, we're either growing, or we're dying. And nobody wants to be dying. Nobody wants to be dead. Instead, we want to be alive. We want to thrive. We want to have vitality. So if you want to be alive, if you want to thrive, if you want to take your life and your business to the next level, think about how you can create more progress in your life and work really, really, really hard towards that. And when you see that progress, you're going to be happier and more fulfilled. And something that'll a sales coach like Jeff will help you do is they'll help you measure. What gets measured gets managed. And so a lot of people, they're just kind of doing things. They're working hard, but they're not measuring. And as a result, they're not getting what they want from their actions. And so if you measure, you'll take the right activities and you'll do more of those. You'll get more progress, more happiness, more joy, more freedom, and you'll get into the right cycle of success.
Yeah, you said it before. The hard work is not enough. You could be working hard, but doing the wrong things, and that's going to get you the right results. And that measurement thing is crucial. I always tell salespeople and my prospects, that the measurement is cruel, because the right activity gets you the right results, but the wrong activity is not going to do that. And you've got a lot of people agreeing with you in the comments already. And I have a question that I was going to save for much later, but since you brought it up, I'm going to just move it up on the list here. You and I have spoken 2, maybe 3 times before, and you always, I've never spoken with you where you're depressed. You always seem to have an incredibly positive attitude, and as importantly, or maybe more importantly, a ton of energy. So where does that come from? I don't think you always had that. Where did it come from? How did you develop it? And most importantly, how do you keep it that way? How do you keep that high energy level?
Some people think that you have to have something in order to be happy. You have to have something. If I only had the car, if I only had the wife, I had the wife. If you only have the house, the girlfriend, the cat, the dog, the $1 million, the Bentley, if you only have something, you're going to be happy. But a lot of people get to their goal and then they become depressed because they're like, I got everything and I'm still not happy. What the heck is going on? Happiness is for human beings. And I'm going to underline the word being. It's something that you are. Being, it's a state. It's a current state of present. It's not something that someday you'll get, because someday, I looked in the calendar, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's not there. There's only today. There's only right now. So if you want to be happy, you have to reverse engineer what is happiness, what is joy, what is high energy. And I took the time to reverse engineer this, and I wrote a book called High Energy Secrets, the things that I do every single day that skyrocket my energy, help me be able to stay in shape and mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And one of those things is drinking water. A 5% drop in hydration is a 30% drop in energy. And I say this over and over and over because people forget to drink water. They get up in the morning and they clean their car with coffee. What are you going to do? It's going to be all sticky. Instead, drink water. Clean your car with water. Put water in your system, and you're going to have more energy. You're going to have more freedom. And then also, your thoughts matter. If you're all worried about your bills, you're going to attract more bills. If you're worried about the negative people in your life, you're going to attract more negative people. Instead, where focus goes, energy flows. So you got to focus on what you're grateful for. You got to focus on what you appreciate. You got to focus on what you're proud of. And when I think of the friends and the people that I attract in my life, like Jeff, I feel so grateful. I feel so blessed. I feel so happy. And when I share with you my successes, when I share with you the things that I'm proud of, this is not ego. This is not me telling you things that I haven't accomplished because I need some type of ego trip. This is me inspiring you. This is me sharing with you the things that I have gone through, the experiences that I've gone through, that I've been blessed and fortunate and lucky enough to be able to be alive, to work hard, to find the right strategy, to uncover it, to be smart, to measure twice and cut once, and make some mistakes and fall along the way. I've had so many failures in my life, but I get back up because I know that failure is just one more step to success. And that's what brings me happiness. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And if you want to have all the things that other people don't have, you have to be willing to do the things that other people are not willing to do. That means you have to be into personal development. You got to make it a priority. You can only grow your business as much as you grow yourself. And most people are so focused on outside circumstances, on blame, on the feelings of guilt, on frustration, on the things that they're not aware of in their subconscious that is resulting in a tremendous amount of inaction, which comes from having fear. And we all have fear. We all have things that we're afraid of. We all have excuses. We all have reasons for not taking action. But let me tell you something. When you start taking action, unreasonable action, when you start doing the right things, when you get on the phone with the prospect, even if you're afraid of rejection, when you start going to those networking events, even if you think maybe it's a waste of time, or maybe you're not sure what you're going to say, or maybe you're not feeling right, but you say, I'm going to take action. I'm going to post on LinkedIn. I'm going to message people. I'm going to get rejected. I'm going to make the joke and bomb and look like a fool. But eventually I'm going to get to chuckle and figure out what works. And I'll get a couple more chuckles and a couple more chuckles and a couple more chuckles. And before you know it, I'm Jerry Seinfeld, mother.